the federations, Sephardi Federation of Africa, and how we intend to expand the scope of the courses that we are trying to do. So we want to start with the French course, and then we will try to see with the courses like programming, the courses like computer science, data science, in order to expand the scope of Sephardi Federation of Africa. But mainly it will be the words, it will be just the education part of it. And if God blesses us, we are going to have a physical place where we are going to learn all these things together. There are Jews from Uganda, Jews from Kenya, and Tanzania, why not? So we discussed also the benefits of why should we learn French. So there are so many benefits like the global reach, where you will be bilingual, you can be employed by international organization, and all those stuff. So knowing French also will improve your vocabulary in English. We discussed all these things last time. So the proficiency in French also significantly improve your chances of being accepted at universities of someone if you want to. For example, you have studied bachelor degrees, you wanted to upgrade it to a graduate degree like master's or PhD, and you want, for example, to do Sciences Po, political science in France is like the most regarded in the global market. So French will help you. And not only that, French is a language of cuisine, it's a language of culture and arts. There are so many poets like Victor Hugo. We have so many people from France who have revolutionized the the poetry of the lingua franca language. So we have the overview. We discussed about all these things last week. I'm just doing like a recapitulation about what we did last time. So we talked about the alphabet. I just want to let you know, guys, that the alphabet in French, there are 26 as in English. And as in French, we have vowels, and in English also we have vowels. And in English, these vowels are pronounced very very differently with the French one. So the vowels here we have A, E, I, O, U, and Y. Y, that's the way you pronounce it in French. In English, it's A, he, hi, ho, you, but there is no Y. There is no Y is not a vowel in English, but in French it is. So as I said, there are almost 70, there are almost 37 speech sounds in French. And today, that's what we are really going to focus. We are going to focus on the pronunciation, the speech pronunciations. So we saw all these things like how to pronounce the A in a nanib. So you say mama, like in a mama, that's how you pronounce like in a pattern. And the mama, papa in French. And how it sounds in English is like a pattern. So we went to E, we went to I, and how you pronounce it in French. So without losing time, so we are going to talk about the special sounds in French. What are the special sounds in French? There are special sounds in French, like we have some words, when they are combined with other words, they sound differently. And for example, if there is a word that comes before, like for example, a consonant, it has another it has another sound. So today we are really going to focus on those particular sounds, and we are going just to give like a general rule of those sounds. But I'm not going to give everything. But if you want to know all those sounds, you can do much research about it. So we are going to start with an. and the on. So how does it sound? Like, for example, if you have an, in French, it sounds like un, un. And the on, it sounds on. So you pronounce it like in a nasal way, like in your nose. So you don't just say like an, but you put like in the nose uh. So these are the two sounds in French that can cause troubles for beginners, especially when you know English. They are tricky in that they are nasal sounds and they aren't fully pronounced. Um, one can imagine. So the first sound is an, as I said. It's a bit like ha. So you say, for example, you first say ha, but more like in a nose. So the way you say ha, but now you put it in a nose like ha, ha. So ha, but you put it in a nose, ha. So also, don't make that n to sound like han. No, no, no. You don't pronounce that n at the end. So you just say huh without the n being sounded. So at times, the letter an can also indicate the same sound. I'm gonna give examples just below. Okay. So the first examples is ah. Ah means ears, but it's in plural, so ears. So the way you pronounce and no means one ear. And no, you pronounce like the way I told you, like you are doing the ha, but actually it's nasal. You say and then you have the second example is tant, tant. Tant. You see, like we are not really pronouncing the N. When after the A, we are not really pronouncing the N. So we just say tant. And the tant means hunt. And also we have cachant. Cachant. No, no, chanter, chanter. Chanter is to sing. Chanter, chanter, chanter. We have cachant, cachant hiding or concealing. 50, 50, 50 means 50. Then we have anglais, 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 anglais. You just pronounce the way I told you. I know it's a bit awkward, but with time you come to learn and appreciate when you start, because once you know all this stuff, all the French, you can be even borrowing words from English, but you just pronounce correctly and it will be perfect. So the way I told you that there is an exception also for a word that is made of e and n. It sounds also the same. Here we have an example. It's vendre. Vendre means to sell. Vendre. The same, it's just the same pronunciation, but it's really written differently from an. So we have also gendre, gendre, gendre. Gendre means son-in-law. Gendre is son-in-law. And we have also grand, grand, it's big. Français. French in French itself, we say it's français. For example, I can say je parle français. Je parle français, it means I speak French. I speak French. So français also itself, and the 30 is, yeah, okay, reversion. So that's and the examples are here. So we have some sentences here. For example, la France est grande. La France est grande. France is big. Mon gendre est français. Il a 30 ans et parle anglais. So here it means my son-in-law is French, he's 30, and he speaks English. And il a perdu 50 ans de son travail. Il a perdu 50 ans. Non, 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 non. Il va perdre, yeah, il va perdre 50 ans de son travail. He will lose 50 years of his work. So what the A and N that I have highlighted in red, those are the pronunciations. For example, when you encounter this, for example, A and N in France, that's where you pronounce it La France est grande. La France est grande. La France est grande. And remember the R pronunciations. The R, you do not pronounce it like in English. You pronounce it on your throat, like ah, ah. La France, la France. You don't say la France, la France, la France. No, you say la France. La France est grande, and that's the beauty of French. When you put yeah, the R in your gluteral sound on your throat, it's very very magnificent, very fabulous. So you say la France est grande. Mon gendre est français. Il a 30 ans et parle anglais. So all those I've highlighted in red, those are the special pronunciation, the special sounds. So we go ahead to these are the kind of exercises. I'm gonna send this slide after the course, so anyone can just practice and try just to look at the words, the meaning, the translation in English. So you can just try it at your free time when you have time. You say, pronounce the following words in J'irai en France l'an prochain. J'irai en France l'an prochain. And then you can, j'irai en France l'an prochain, you can look for the translation in English. Je fréquente le parc de temps en temps. Je fréquente le parc de temps en temps. Le temple de Dieu fut détruit par les Romains. Ils mangent en parlant. Qui se ressemblent s'assemblent à cause de leur influence. Je me rendrai à Hollande en passant par l'Angleterre. La canne au sucre est une plante sucrière. La sanitation est obligatoire. So those are, I'm done with the special sounds of A and N and E and N. So you guys can just, when you have free time, you can try to practice. As I said, you first, as you said, but you put like you put it in the nose, so it becomes And remember the R. Then in each and every class, I keep repeating this one. The R in French, you pronounce it in the throat. The ah. So you say la France, j'irai. Remember that. Okay. So we're going to the second pronunciations. The second pronunciations is on. On. In French, in English we say on, but in French we say on. The way like the way just like the previous was on, but here it's on, and then you say like ho ho, the way like you are being astonished, like you are being amazed by something. Say ho, and then you put it in the nose, and it becomes on. So the difference between the previous on and sounds is that you pucker your lips more as you were saying ho. Yeah, you just the way you say ho. You kind of pucker your lips, like you take them together, and you open them like you are being surprised about something. So, but the sound is very very much nasal, just the same like the previous one. So there are some examples here. We have maison. Maison means the house. Salomon. Salomon means the Solomon, the King Solomon of the Bible. So we have bonbon. Bonbon is candy. Voyons. Voyons, it's let's see. Example like I said, oh, let's see this. So in French, we say voyons. Voyons. Garçon. Garçon, it's boy. Boy. When you say garçon somewhere, it's boy. So oncle. Oncle, it's uncle. Onze. Onze, it's 11. Number 11. And we have la confiture. La confiture is the jam. The jam. And as you know, bonjour. Bonjour, it's like the bonjour, the greeting of the French language. So everyone knows that, even in English. Bonjour. Don't pronounce it bonjour. Say bonjour. Bonjour. The R at the end is sound like it does give a sound. So you say bonjour. Bonjour. Don't say like bonjour. Bonjour. The N does not really is not really to be pronounced. The N is not really to be pronounced. So you just say bonjour. And then we have like chanson. Chanson is song. Chanson is song. And lion, in French we say lion. In French we say lion. And yeah, that's it. So we are going to see some of the example of the sentences with on sound. So the first one is dis bonjour à Uncle Solomon. This one means in English, say hello to Uncle Solomon. Mon garçon adore les bonbons. My boy likes candy. La maison d'Aragon, la maison d'Aaron restera à jamais prêtre. The house of Aaron will forever return priesthood. Il écrit des chansons dans sa bande musicale. He writes songs in his musical band. Le Seigneur dit, créons l'homme à notre image. The Lord said, let's create man in our image. La confiture est à $2 dans l'alimentation. The jam cost $2 in the supermarket. La tonalité française est fabuleuse. The French accent is fabulous. So these are some of the examples, and as you can see, I've highlighted the on, the on in red, and you can see, you can try also to kind of practice, like dis bonjour à Oncle Salomon, mon garçon adore les bonbons, la maison d'Aaron, tout ça, les chansons, tout ça. So, if you see, I've taken some, all these words that I've put here, these are the same words I make them to make my sentences. So you can try also to make your own sentences to see how it does, that's how it will sound. And you can try also to translate them in English as well. So like now we go to the next. The next one, the next pronunciation is A. Wherever you see the letter A in the French vowel, it generally has one signal. One signal pronunciation is ha. The way you say ha, ha. That's the way whenever you see in French. When you see it just like that alone, that's the way it should be pronounced. Ha. So you never pronounce that in English. You change change or date. Like for example, when you say change or date. No. In French here, we shall pronounce these words change. In change, la change, et date, not date. So we say change et date. And also, we see the examples. We go ahead to see our examples. For example, les chats. Les chats, this is cat in English. Ami. Ami means friend. Avec. Avec means with. Voilà. That's it. I know people know this word voilà. That voilà, that's it, or this is it. Voilà. And then we have Comme ça va, like the popular song of Diamond. We have Comment ça va, Comment ça va. Comment ça va means how are you. So when you see just the A, don't say like ça va. No, it's ça va. Salad, salad, just like in English. So these are the examples of the sentences with the ha sound. I just call it ha because in French we pronounce it ha. So ah bon, je ne sais pas que tu vas au Canada. Oh really? I don't know. You're going to Canada. Ma tante Marie habite à Nairobi. My aunt Marie lives in Nairobi. Arnaud va à Paris avec son ami. Arnaud is going to Paris with his friend. So this is something about French. So it's a bit like you try to change the sound and the way you pronounce things. So like in the first sentence you say ah bon, je ne sais pas que tu vas au Canada. And in English, it's a bit more of like light, if I can call it that way. Really, I don't know you are going to Canada, but in French, it's like the you become somehow stronger, Yeah. So ma tante Marie habite à Nairobi. My aunt Marie lives in Nairobi. Arnaud va à Paris avec son ami. So that's it with the A sound, and then this is will be like um our last uh, our last sound, and there are so many sounds. That's because I will dedicate much time with the sounds because I know they're the hardest parts of of someone uh, who is in the path of learning French. Very difficult one. So I will try to dedicate much time on this because it will pave all the other part. So we have uh, the French you and not how you. So whenever you see the French you, it is a very different from the English one. In English, whenever you see this letter you pronounce it like just you. But in French, we do not pronounce you, we pronounce u, u, u. Like I don't know how to say that. It's u. So the vowel sound represented by letter U does not exist in English, and it is one of the hardest sounds to pronounce in the language if you are not a native speaker. It is usually pronounced as E. Yes, as I said, it is pronounced as E, but it's sometimes guttural. Sometimes guttural. So you pronounce it on the throat. Uh, It comes down, not from the throat. Here is a helpful trick for you to say it correctly. Initially, say for example, si. You say si, and then you bring the lips forward. Si. So you bring the lips up. You say si, and then you bring the lips forward as if you are going to whistle. So remember when you whistle, you bring your lips forward and you say like si, si, si. Now say it with rounded lips. When you say like with now with rounded lips, for the way we say, for example, when you're pronouncing huh, then you round the lips and it becomes si, si. Now hard par the end and you get super, super, super. So this one you pronounce it in English like super, but in French we say super, super. So the U does not really sound like you in English, but we pronounce it in French like U, U, super. Let's see some examples of some words. So we have the word une. Une is a. It means a, but it's like the article a, but in a feminine gender. So we have le sucre, 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 sucre. Oh, there is a mistake here. Sucre means sugar. Sucre means sugar. Skirt is la jupe, la jupe, la rue. La rue, it's street. La musique, la musique, la musique, la musique, music. Bus, bus, bus. In English, we say bus, but in French, we say bus, bus, bus. La jupe is the skirt. Tu is you. Tu. For example, you say you are beautiful. You are let me say you are a Jew. You have to say tu es juif. Tu es juif. The you in French is tu. And then we have lastly is les jus, les jus, les jus. In French, it is in English is jus. Jus in French we say jus, les jus. Okay, and then whenever you see now the letter, whenever you see now O and U in French, what you pronounce it like ho, 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 ho. So it's like double O, 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 and H. O and H, so it becomes like who, who, who. So you can't just say like oh, ooh, no, 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 no. It's a who. So, and then the examples we have here, it's vous, vous. Vous means you. Vous, it's you. But it is you in the second person in plural. So we have nous. Nous, it's we. Beaucoup, beaucoup means a lot, a lot. La douche means shower. Coudre, it means to stitch. Fou, crazy. Jouer, toy. Loup, wolf. Poussette, stroller. Do, do. Remember the X, as we saw last time, the X at the end of the word in French, we do not pronounce it. We do not pronounce like dux, no. We say do. Soft, it means soft. Nouveau means new. And the examples here, we have le loup mange du poulet, the wolf eats some chicken, tu as bu beaucoup de jus, tu as bu beaucoup de jus, you drank a lot of juice. Je suppose que vous êtes un peu fou. I suppose that you are a little bit crazy. So that will be the end of our session today. And I hope you guys you try to practice all these words. It's not like you should take like much time. No, you just take like just words and it's try to pronounce. For example, where did we start with the un? Remember, it is the un. Okay, we have the un, and then we have the un, and then we have the a, which you pronounce a. And then we remember also we have the U, the U in French, the U in French is the U. And then lastly, we have the O U, O U, we say it U. So those are like they are very, very fundamental in learning French pronunciations. And if someone really wanted to know French very well, he has to start first with this phonetics of this combination of the words. And there are so many that are coming. So yeah, I will be stopping here today. And okay, see you guys. See you guys next time. Next time we are going to talk again about the the pronunciations and yeah, likely next week. Okay, see you there.